have a look at this on the Nintendo replay now there.
There's a big squeeze over to the inside of the road.
So Phil Foster has been on the receiving end of that. Look at that, Mark Howard coming up the inside, ricocheted off the car in the middle. That's collected Phil Foster, and he was an innocent party. Look at this.
I just wonder if Phil Foster was perhaps a bit spooked because it was Kevin Mundy on the road in front of him. Foster slowed down. Obviously what's gone on to the immediate left of Phil Foster hasn't been good.
Here we go. Cars on slicks, straight ahead, no steer, and he's probably come back out in front of someone. There you go.
In the development series. Good start again from Mark Porter. Gary McDonald's had some trouble, has had contact with Lee Holdsworth, who hits the wall.
Some of the action from our first race of a three-day coverage here this weekend.
Let's see if our replay here paints a clearer picture. That might have been with Gary Dean, I think, so they've had a bit of a elbows out scenario.
Well, he moved over and touched him early, and he realised that Gary Dean was there, so he then gave him some room, but then Dean's hit him again, and I mean, that's avoidable. You're in a straight line, first lap. You know, really, that crash was avoidable. That set the car off into a spin.
Now, we understand also, here's a big one, Mark McNally. After a top 10 finish at the last round of the championship in South Australia, he's the teammate to Tony D'Alberto, who's been running in the top 3. That's a big hit, Cam.
He lost it as he turned in on entry to what we call the tree there. He actually lost the back, and then it overcorrected and came back on itself hard into the wall.
He must be hurt because the safety car here has picked up not necessarily the winner. Oh, dear me. Wow, that's a pretty hard lick. It's a pretty hard lick into that wall.
Not sure which of the other cars was in the mix there, the Komatsu Commodore, and I'm not sure whether that's Nathan Pretty or Jeff Emery that was...
On the run-up mountain straight for the first time. Oh, he's a bit wide. He's cost himself a bit of ground there. Oh, a car in the wall. That is Sam Walter. The second of the Greg Murphy Racing Commodores escapes the zone at the bottom of Mountain Straight. It's definitely been nice for him. Oh, a replay across the top. Chris Alajajan across Skyline. A massive sponge on John Bower trying to learn. Oh, Robert Jones, the Recar Commodore. Nigel Stone's making a mistake at the top of the mountain, just locked the rears. In years gone by, there was not a tyre wall there. It was a plain concrete wall, so he's escaped with some minimal damage. Here's a replay, the top of Mountain Straight. This is why the safety car is out. Drew Russell straight into the tyre wall. That was a touch with...
Got the safety car on the
circuit.
Look out.
Matthew White in the wall. Backs it in on the entrance to the dipper. Matthew White.
Another big lick.
Now, this might tell the story. Loses the rear at the cutting and wipes the rear up against the wall. Matthew White makes it through, Youlden does, Shannon O'Brien, Drew Russell, and Jeff Emery wants to get going here. He gasses it up and goes. Oh, but Andrew Fisher was taking to the sand to avoid. Oh, that's drama. This is in-car. Oh, that is disastrous for Fisher. Ringed under it. In too deep at turn 2, it won't turn. Bang. Here we go. He just gets a touch. Ryan Hansford puts his nose in, nowhere near the gap.
I think that's a big impact with the wall, so the damage will be done in the rear quarter with that hit. So he's had a look up the inside. He's not far enough up and locked a brake, and he was out of control himself, really. That pass, he wasn't far enough in, I don't think.
Let's have a look again. Now, this will tell the story. The climb up through Solomon, and it looked a little strange. Clipped the wall on the inside and then fired into the outside, but something didn't seem right the way that it launched.
Well, he hit the outside, as we call the tree. The tree's not there now, it's been cut down.
Here's how it started.
I reckon he's clipped the inside wall. No?
Lost the rear on the run in.
Yeah, bang.
And that will snap and break the Watsley. Oh, Chaz Mostert, second incident in 2 days. And bang.
He's taking no prisoners.
Well, plenty of action in the Dunlop Series at Mount Panorama. This was how it ended for Aaron Russell on the last lap. Heavy contact at the cutting.
Looked like he had the opportunity probably just to get out of the car's pretty straight at this point, and he's actually just driven it and used up too much road. Looked like didn't quite have that peripheral vision of where he was heading, and it's quite a touch. That's quite a hit. First with the front and then with the back. Carried a little bit too much speed. We're going to see a replay here into the wall.
Oh, Marcus Zukanovic's in the fence. I have seen that happen before.
Oh, yes, you have. 12 months ago. That's a shame. And the safety car is on the just main game team provides the fueling. Oh, we saw Peter Brock do this one day. He nearly catches it. Nearly.
So close to what happened to David Reynolds as well. He was very wide coming down to the grate. The rear stepped out on that car, and there he got the grass.
Aaron Tabb loses the rear.
Did he clip the inside? We didn't see it, but he was on a very, very strange angle. He's hit that wall very early on too, Aaron.
Oh, nasty stuff.
That's concrete at its absolute worst there. A lot of damage to the X888 car.
Yeah, no good.
And rather scary vision down at the chase in the Yokohama V8 Utes race earlier. This is Alan Letcher totally flipping out.
Under brakes.
Oh, that one wrong. Went to the inside, wasn't clear, and sends Charlie into the guardrail twice. I reckon that one will get looked at.
Yeah, it was a last-minute lunge, and he really didn't sort of make his own way through there cleanly. So, you know, Charlie's unfairly copped that one. Between the two, was it? No.
And it happened before here. Johnson did this all by himself.
Oh, no, he's just caught that painted ripple strip on the exit. A little too much gas, a little too much oversteer.
Bang. Peter Burnett lost it over the top of Skyline. Belted into the tyre wall. Didn't involve anybody else. This is what it was like from in-car. Oh, no.
Oh, that is... It looks like he's just, as he's come over Skyline, the weight of the car has shifted, which he wasn't expecting, and he's whacked away the old cleanaway.
They've already been in action today. Oh. That's not the action we wanted. Brad Patton's car, he and Craig Donis got together. Patton's out for the weekend, and Donis has been put to the rear of the grid.
Board now here with... Yeah, looks like there might have been a bit of contact from the back, and heavy hit into the tyre barrier.
But he wasn't in trouble like these guys. Jeremy Gray, Jared McLeod, Gary Baxter adds into the mix. And Jake McNally just finished things off.
And Peter Burnett very lucky to avoid the stricken McLeod, but he got in a bit more drama up the top of the mountain at Skyline, coming together with Fonzie Mullen.
Just popped the rear window out of the Rexall Ford as well. Pace of the leader now. Hayley Swanson wide, not under control, wipes out Amber Anderson. Is today the biggest day in Australian sport? I think that's a yes.
Yeah, I think it might be, yeah.
Oh, this is still light. Oh, McNally did just make it through, was slightly delayed.
Save for this hot shot from the Golden Oldies race when Benny Visser upended the trusty Holden.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, exactly. 2006, just tags the Mustang and just catches the end of that tyre wall. And that's one of the cars that the Tilly boys prepare.
Rise.
It looks okay on the right side. This is why. Boom! Got the whole left-hand side. And
Has to wait
and watch.
That left front tyre.
In the old days, the old school category, this is why it's out. Paul Freestone, bang! 68 Camaro is pancaked, and it was his tyre that came off that car that was in the background there. Here it is. It's catching. Chasing. it made it all the way around this corner.
That was a massive hit. He's just gone too quick over the hill into Reed Park, into the great area.
Big accident. Look at this. Andrew Madiki moves out, hits Glenn Seaton, and two of the stars of the category go on the wildest ride you have ever seen. They're both so lucky. Brad Jones, this crash went for hundreds of metres.
Well, and you look at that and you think, how could that happen? But it's pretty simple. Andrew Madeki would have had a glance in his mirror early on. He'd not expect Glenn Seaton, which at Falcons is almost the fastest thing to...
Here, you can hear...
Oh, rollover on the entry to the chase. That's a big one for Shannon O'Brien. They carry frightening speed into that part of the circuit.
Here is what happened on the run to the top of Mountain Straight. Paul Stokel heavily into the wall. Contact with Sean Juniper. We're going to get to the bottom of Ray Angus. This is big. We've seen plenty of guys out there this weekend.
It's not looking like much fun, is it?
Bang. And then it goes around and it leaves. Replay Merv.
Oh, that's very wide.
It's just compounding. Ouch. And gets the right front on the way through as well.
Yep.
Line up on the grid. This car, Maury Pickering, it won't, and that's why Finance Easy Porsche into the fence on the exit of Skyline.
You forget how fast they're going up there. I mean, that is a massive amount of damage done to that car.
Pushing clear, Luff, Russell, car in the wall, that's Tony Bates. We were just on board with him, and this is disaster for the second round in a row, a massive pile-up. It's Samadhi putting a move on Bergmuller. No, he can't do it there, no room. And poor Scott Taylor, he was wide. Truest weekend for Warren Luff. Here's the replay. Oh, he raised the inside wall and then hit the outside wall, and he's ping-ponged it all the way down like a pinball machine.
Yeah, so... And look at Stephen Richards around the outside. They're going 3-1. Fox is going to take him. Oh, no.
That is a disaster.
And Richards is involved.
Look on the Shell replay, see what happens.
Oh, gee, I'm not sure if there was... Oh!
Dear. Dear, dear, dear.
Well, there's no doubt about it. They're a pretty strong car when you think of that massive accident that Gary Walton had at Malala last year.
And of course they're carrying some 1,600 kilos, like a V10 8-litre. I mean, basically they're...
Shattered the camera. Let's have a look at it in real speed.
Definitely touched the XR8.
Oh!
Dear, dear, dear.
Now, he is a very lucky man.
To the front of the field here. Barry Tanton.
Learned from me, obviously hasn't been...
Whoa, John Chulin's had a big one. Oh, a big hit. Turned the car around twice.
It's just given them 40 seconds back from the leaders. Look at this.
Whoa.
There's something happened here. It's got something on the back tyres, or it's either...
Some sort of coolant problem. It's dropped a heap of liquid on the track.
Yeah, it has. It's either had a problem with an oil...
By New Zealander Chris Dunn. Oh, and Hughes hits the fence.
Bob Hughes.
Hughes hits the fence on the last corner. No, in third spot. Can you believe it?
Within sight of the finish line, he could almost push it from there.
The other car involved. Here's a replay which will tell us some more. And just got tagged from behind by Tim Poulton into Lotus Exige. Here's the replay of what's happened. Now, he's got a car that went alongside and then grabbed wheels.
That was a big one. Was that Fiore?
While the Tui's 1000 is the big race, qualifying for the Suzuki Cup support class caused most drama today. Driver Glenn Mason involved in this spectacular crash.
Look, we caught this with 44. I think it was the one that got out of shape. Ooh. Whammo.
Win Percy can tell you all about that.
Now, there's cars still coming from behind. He's sliding across the racetrack. There's another angle. 106 going through and looking for Scotch's car. One gets the tail up here on the wall. The tyres have gone, and there is Scotcher. He's caught the edge of the tyres just near the concrete wall, and 110 comes in and parks in the sand trap.
Hughes, and they're coming your way right after the break.
Selman goes round again and clouts the wall this time as he came through the right-hander at Motorcraft.
A compound fracture to his upper arm and also a sprained ankle. Oh, man. Surgery last night, pins and screws in through the arm. He'll be released from hospital tomorrow. So, Gary, if you've got the telly on today, mate, we wish you all the best.